Let's talk Trello. Hey, welcome back. Today, we're talking Trello. How you can use it for your business, what you can get out of it, how to help your day-to-day life get easier by organizing tasks, setting up social media platforms, etc. There's a million uses for Trello, and today I'm just going to kind of go over what Trello is, how you can get set up, what you're looking for when you get into the platform, so you can kind of see that and make the decision if you're going to go use Trello, which I highly recommend. We highly recommend here at Nectar. So
first things first, you're going to head on over to Trello.com. What is Trello? Well, pretty easy to look at here. It's a collaboration tool. You can manage products, reach new productivity peaks from high rises to the home office. The way your team works is unique. Accomplish it all with Trello. So pretty cut and dry. Give you a little look at this homepage here. Obviously, it's kind of like a workflow or a pipeline, but you can create cards, lists, categorized by team members, who's working on what. Um, let's scroll down here a little bit. Lists and cards, as they say here, building blocks of organizing work on Trello board. So task assignments, timelines, productivity metrics, calendars, and more. Your cards contain all the things you need. No code automation. So they have a tool called Butler, which helps you kind of automate your tasks so you don't have to. I believe that's the most beneficial part of that is when you get into the paid plans. But fear not, it is a free platform, and you can use all this stuff for the most part free. You can integrate your tools that you work with every day: Dropbox, Google Drive, Slack, so on and so forth. So let's just jump in and get started here. So we're going to go ahead and put our email in. We're going to sign up. First thing they're going to do is they're going to ask you to confirm your email address. So let's go ahead and do that quick. I'm going to go ahead and create a password. All right. So first thing they're going to ask you to do is set up a workspace. What is a workspace? The place where you and your collaborators can quickly organize and start getting things done. So you can send email invites to people on your team, etc. So for this, we're just going to go ahead and say next tutorial just to get this party started. So this is our first workspace. It's going to ask you if you want to try premium for 30 days and show you everything that it has to offer. Additional power-ups. We can kind of talk about what those are. Just a bunch of really cool features that if you do have the budget for it and a large team, I would recommend doing it. But if you have a small team or it's just yourself, you can definitely get by with just the free version. So we're going to go ahead and start our free trial. So you're gonna see here is you can start your 30-day free trial, build $10 per month if you purchase an annual contract, or you can just go $12.50 a month. This is for the upgraded version. You don't have to do this. You can, if you'd like to try it out, go for it, but you can start without the free trial and just jump to the free. So that's what we're gonna do here. So what it's gonna do is take us to our workspace. So this right here is your workspace. You can kind of customize your profile, have a company logo, things like that. Again, they're always going to have your Trello Premium option here so that you can upgrade it anytime. We're going to just get rid of that for now. So what is everything that you can see here? Boards, templates, home. Home is your workspace. This will kind of show you what you're working on. You can type organize, create a board, put everything in one place to start moving forward. What we're going to do is go ahead and head to boards to start. So I would recommend starting with a popular template just to kind of get your feet wet. You can choose by category, popular, small business, design, education. All these within here are going to have different ways to create a board. So what is a board? A board is what you have going on for your business, what you're working on. You can set up a whole bunch of different columns to organize by date. You can name them however you'd like. So just for this example, let's just go ahead and choose a category. We'll go small business. Now this is going through some templates, company overview. Let's try that one. It'll kind of give us a preview of what that is and how it's set up. So this is what a board would look like. Okay, so this is just a preview of what this board looks like, just so you can kind of see. You can name your board here, um, make it a board you go to all the time, a starred board so that you can quick access it. Make it public, private, show who can have access to it. You can have a bunch of different options up here. So what we're going to do for this example is we're just going to create a board from this template, since this is just the preview, the overview, and we're going to get a little idea of what this looks like. So when you do create a board from a template, it'll ask you what you want the title to be. So we'll just say test board. We want it in the vector tutorial workspace because that's the account we created. And for this example, we're not going to keep it. We're going to keep the cards and the template so that we can show you how this all works. So we're going to go ahead and create. It's going to create the board based off that template in your setup now, so that you can start to use it. So let's go through some things here. What exactly is offered in these boards and why does it help you? So what you can do is all of these are different columns. These are lists is what they call them. So if you want to add another list, you can click here. You can just double click and create a list. It'll ask you what position you want. So for example, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where do you want the list? Ultimately, what it comes down to is, what are you using your board for? So for this, it's a company overview tutorial. So you can kind of show what teams you have, is how they have this set up, what jobs are coming up next, what your current projects are, and what your completed projects are. So they're just using this as an organizing overview setup of everything. So for this tutorial, we're just going to show you what each thing is and how it works and what is provided within these cards, lists, etc. So for example, this right here is a card. All these individuals are cards. So what is in a card? When you click on it, you have a bunch of options. You've got, do I want to add any members to the card over here? So I can add me, any labels which show up here. As you can see, it's all labeled. This is the title of the card. And then it shows what list it's in. Okay. Then you have a spot for text descriptions of what this card is used for, so everybody knows what's going on. And like I said, the labels, you can create whatever labels you want, so it's color coordinated. Then you have checklists. You can go ahead and add a checklist, test checklist. Once you add that, it'll show up down here, and you can add items. Item 1, item 2, whatever those items are, so that you can mark things off on that project. So you can use it for anything. What your team, keeping your team organized, tasks, etc. So going down the list, we've got dates. This shows due dates. So when do you want this specific due date to be? Do you want a start date on it? You can kind of customize it to whatever you're trying to do. So we're going to go ahead and put tomorrow as a due date. We're going to save it just so you can see. Now it'll show you due soon. If it was way down the road, let's say even just 2 days, it won't show that. But for this example, we're just going to do that. You can attach documents. Now for the free version, I think it's 10 megabytes is all that they allow per document to upload. If you upgrade to the premium, you can have larger file sizes added. So if you need that, that's something to consider. And then cover. This is kind of cool. You can kind of organize a little bit better and more add-on options to organize your cards within your lists on your board. So if you want to add a color to it, maybe you want to add a brand color and you want it to look like this, that's what it would look like. If you want to switch it up and do something like this, it would have this look to it with everything down here. It's kind of however you want to customize it. If you want to add an image, we'll just throw in something like this and do that with a little different look. We'll go dark. Now you've got an image as your card, so if that's what you organize with, by all means use all the tools available to you here. So we're going to go ahead and just go color for this sake of argument. All right. And then so as we talked about, again, the labels, you've got marketing. So marketing is your yellow label. If that's what you want it to be, great. When you want to view what those are, if you're kind of curious, your team wants to know, you just tap that. It shows what it is in text as well. But as you get used to things, color coding, you kind of get used to what everything is. Um, what's really nice here is, let's say you have a current project and you get into that current project, everything gets completed, your checklists are done. Maybe you have some, you want to let everybody know that your project is done. You can actually at people. So you can go ahead and at, and then write your message here and let everybody know, put attachments, emojis, add a board that you want to uh, include or a card specifically, hit save, they get notified on their end, etc. So what else is on these cards? Power ups. If you want to add a power up, you have a whole list of options. What are power ups? They are unlimited options. They just made them unlimited to everyone, so you can enjoy as many of these as you'd like. Feature power ups include integrations with companies like Plannyway. You can do Hipparello, a bunch of different options. You can have file managers. Just kind of go through there and see everything it has. You have approvals. If you have projects that you need approvals from different members of your team, you can add these onto it specific to whatever your boards are. And again, you have a bunch of different boards options. I think it's up to 10 for your free one, free account. So use different boards for different reasons. A company overview one, a social media one. If you want to do one specifically for finance and have your finance team access to that, but you want to have certain people that see all of them, you can kind of customize and tailor everything to your needs. So use the power ups for the specific boards that you're on, and then change up by having different boards with different power ups on each. Maybe there's one that definitely needs approvals, one that doesn't. You can kind of customize it however you'd like. Your automation through Butler. Um, Automatically move cards once they get completed. You got your own AI. Add labels when specific tasks are completed, mark the due date, set the due date, etc. There's a bunch of different options you can do. You can create custom buttons. And then you just got your manual actions. What do you want to do here? You can archive and delete cards if you want to. You can archive everything so you can see it later. Come back to what your setup was in the past. I would recommend archiving unless you know you just don't want the card out of sight, out of mind. I would delete it, but just archive everything. Then you know kind of you have history of your work. So once you do that, the card goes archive. You can access your archive over here, archived items, and you can switch to lists to see if you have any lists in there or just the cards. You can send that card back to the board if you accidentally archived it, etc. So this is kind of, we love Trello. We use it for our clients, for social media, for our organization, our business, for just communication in general. The app is wonderful. I can contact my team and they can contact me at any time with just a simple access of the app. We get notifications on our phone. So we're always up to date, always in communication and in the know. So it's really unique. But going back to the tutorial, just another quick little tip. Like I said, if you're in current projects and it's done, everything's ready to go, you've clicked complete, and you don't, let's say you don't have an automation set up. You can actually go ahead and just drag cards left to right wherever they go. You can copy cards if you want. If you like the way that card looks, you can copy the card, set where you want it to be positioned, what list you want it on, what board you want it on. Do you want the labels, the title? I mean, everything is so customizable. It's just really a game changer when it comes to organizing your workspaces and your team and your business in general. So it's kind of just a quick overview of what Trello is. There's a lot of features we're going to get into. We don't really need to have time to get into all of that right now, but we are going to release videos down the road here of specific uses, so we can kind of teach you how to do that if it's something that you're looking to do and maybe want to see what it's like before you use it. So this is just kind of a quick look at what Trello is and what can be for your business. Hopefully it helped. We'll see you on the next video.